Well, how lovely. The sun has finally come out after days of rain, and everybody feels more cheerful instantly. I do love this place, Soya, and especially out of season. There's lots to like, and there are very few tourists in December. Lots to enjoy, and I love the quiet. Here between two buildings is a space, and in this space are orange trees with perfect oranges. And in a way, this sums up for me the perfection of this place. The orange juice here is the best in the world, and it just grows naturally on the bushes. I'm sure they are tended as well, but I can't wait for my first orange juice. There are not many towns that has a railway or a tram running right through the middle of the pedestrian area. Here in Soya, it's an old wooden tram that goes from the centre to the beach, which is about 20 minutes that way. Well, I've never seen anything like that before. A galleon made out of a very gnarled bark of a tree, by the looks of it, and metal welded sails. Just in somebody's front garden. You like your Christmas decorations extra large? Well, look at these beauts. They are massive in the meuble shop. Oh, that's quite nice. Do you know what the name of this fruit is? There are no leaves on this fruit tree, but there's still a lot of fruit, and I don't know if you can see, but the birds have had a feast on one or two of them, probably all of them. I think this fruit is called persimmon, and you can slice through it with a knife. There is no stone in the middle, and it really is delicious, as that little bird is finding out. And that is just in a garden next to some vines, which of course are resting at this time of year. And I have a theory, which I don't know if you will endorse or not, but I'm just wandering now. I'm trying to find my way back through the back streets to my hotel. My theory is, no matter how perfect, no matter how agreeable, no matter how delightful the places that you're in, if you live there, you get used to it. The locals, I'm stood with my mouth open looking at the mountain, and of course the locals who live here, it's just home to them. And don't you find the same? I do. You'll have noticed, if you watched a few of my videos, that wherever I am in the world recently, particularly on the Camino earlier in the year in March, every little village or town I went through, I said, oh, I could live here, and I stopped and I actually did take photographs of estate agents' signs in the windows of places. Look, here's another one. This place is for rent. I could start a business here. Oh dear. Anywhere but where I actually happen to live. I also say this is true. It's true. I feel at home wherever I am, and yet there's a pause, and yet the and yet is there's a sort of knowing, as I've just suggested, that it'll wear off. And so maybe that's why I live in a tiny house on wheels, because I know it'll wear off no matter where you locate me. I'll want to be mobile, and this creates, if I'm honest, a sort of an existential shadow, because you know, there's that song, "Wherever I lay my at, that's my home," Paul Young, about 1982 I think, and it's sort of a mirror of that. Wherever I lay my at, my ampersand, my email or my internet connection, that could be my home for sure. I have thought of living here, and yet there's that phrase again, the and yet. Do you live with an and yet? Is your best friend and yet? Aha, let me introduce you to my friend and yet. It's there's a sense of, if you choose to stay in one place in particular, you're disappointing all of the other places that would have you. Ah dear. And of course there is no end to that. Now I have a difficult choice right now. The sun's come out, and I've noticed that at the local Mercat Municipal, which I like, there's a place in the sun, and I can have a simple coffee there, or there's the bar on the corner, and I've noticed the local men sit there. I'm going to pretend to be a local man now and have a coffee with the other men at the corner bar. I have my coffee with the boys, and one of the things that I'm familiar with is that I say I could see myself living almost wherever I travel, wherever I am, I feel at home, and it's true. And I have the knack over years, it's true, that when I'm in a new place, I very quickly find my way around, particularly to the best coffee shops, and also the market and the working men's bar. So I very quickly sort of settle into a new place. And yet the truth is, I'm afraid to stay. It might sound an odd thing to say. It sounds odd to me as I say it. Why am I afraid to stay? I can't quite work it out. But there are some practical considerations which I have worked out. Oh, here's the tram. I'm going to show you. Forgive the interruption. Why would you not want to live here where you can hop on the tram to the beach in December? But my Spanish, even having lived on Lanzarote, which is Spanish for 2 years, even my friends tell me my best Spanish is horrible. And it's not really got better. Of course, if you live in a place, you get better. But that's not the point. I can operate in the bars and the post office and the supermarket, but I can't talk about consciousness. I can't talk about what I've been talking with my Dutch friend about this week, loneliness or existential dread. I mean, I don't have the Spanish words for that. And so I have an existential dread that if and when I lived in a place like this, which is absolutely delightful, I would shrivel like a salted slug because I can't communicate well enough these deep, profound, feelings of what it is to be alive, or what it is to be lonely, or what it is to be excited, or what it is, all of those human emotions. And are you supposed to shake those off on the path to enlightenment? I don't think so. I think what it does is it highlights it even more. I've just written about this in my journal, actually, or edited it. And so I'm fessing up now to quite an uncomfortable feeling of, even when you're in the perfect place, not being settled. It's not the same as being lost, by the way. I never feel lost. No, that's not true. I never use the word never or always. Of course, we all feel lost from time to time. But I'm forever curious and always exploring, for sure. But there is also this almost fear of choosing to come to rest in one particular place. I think it's partially a sense of once you've sort of cast your dice, so to speak, you're stuffed or you're stuck